Hi, everyone. It is Marilyn Aloria, and welcome to Who Can It Be Now? I am on PodParty. I believe this is PodParty number 5, but the title will definitely tell you which PodParty it is. PodParty number 5, number 6, does not matter. I am here with these amazing souls. It's PodParty number 5. And today we're going to be talking about how to live a life from your heart and soul. So on these PodParties, if you want to join us, please go to marilynaloria.com/party. PARTY, as I am doing more of these and truly enjoying it because I think it's a great opportunity to get to know a community of people that I haven't met yet. They get to see how I work. They get to try me out. I get to try them out, and we get to have a party. And I'm super excited to do that. I like doing that. I'm excited about today's topic, and I'm going to share with you a bit of a story before I launch into this work. So we're going to be talking about how to live your life from your heart and soul. And the thing that I want to share with you right now is I just came off a call, 2-hour Q&A call with my Membership for Your Soul program. And normally what I do every month is I do readings for them. So I'll go and do group readings. And today I had, membership is almost 9 years old. It'll be 9 years old in September. Today I had an incredibly difficult time doing readings, not because I can't read, but there was something inside of me that was stopping me. I just could not do it. Now, they're a very incredibly beautiful, loving community. They really are a great community. I'm not doing a sales pitch. I'm telling you a story. And when I got to the questions of, like, somebody had said, I made a major decision in my life. Can you tell me what my next 6 months are going to look like? Or I'm in a really dark place in my life. I don't know where to go. Or I'm trying to remember some of the questions. I just really struggled with it. And the reason why I struggled with it is because we are entering into a time in our life where we really have to know what it is that we want, and we have to live it. So I'm going to give you a brief synopsis of that so that everybody can go on this journey with me today. I don't know what my guides are going to bring forward. I'm emotional. I'm going to be honest with you. And I'm going to share with you a little bit of a story of what went on during that call and what happened after. And I promise you all of this I hope it's going to benefit every single one of you, because my goal in life is to really empower people to read for themselves. I understand that many people are dealing with a lot of struggle and trauma and hard experiences in their life. And I'm here to tell you that I'm not a stranger to those experiences. I've had a lot of them in my life, but I don't experience them in the same way any longer. When difficulty comes through for me, I'm really able to look it in the face and say, okay, why is the universe presenting this to me now? What opportunity is there here for me to learn something about myself? It is not telling me to stop growing. It is not telling me to stop myself on my path. It is not telling me, no, you can't have this. You can't have this dream in your heart. It's telling me some choice needs to shift. Some choice needs to change. Or maybe this direction isn't the best direction for you. Maybe there's something greater for you. Let's look at that. Let's look down the right. Let's look down the left. And part of my work with people is, one, to get them to believe that the dreams in their heart are meant to be lived. I truly believe that. 2, to surrender to the universe, God, whatever you believe, and allow the flow of life to happen. 3, to be in the moment of life and recognize that you're completely gifted and you have the right to live the life that you want to live. If I sound preachy, I'm sorry, but it's the truth. This is what I believe. And 4, then give you the techniques and tools to live that life, live that journey. So I was on this call, and I really, truly love my communities. I really love them. I have people here on the call right now, Sandra and Gloriana and Beva. They're in my communities. And I had a call with, I'm not going to, for the sake of privacy, because that's a private call, but I was dealing with some of my students in that community, some of the community, and they're going through really difficult times. And I just want them to stop disempowering themselves and to recognize that everything you need, you have inside yourself. So I'd like you guys to engage in the chat right now. The first thing I'd like you to share with me is, what is it that you want? Do you know what you want in this life? Because if we're talking about living your life from your heart and soul, it starts with you wanting. If you don't know what you want, then you can't be living a life from your heart and soul. So I'm going to go to the chat. I like to make these calls interactive, and I'd like to see where people are. So thank you, Olga. Preach, Judy said, thanks. Sandra says, I want to be happy mountain biking wherever I want and help empower others. I love that. No more fear in expressing myself. I love that, Beva. I want to live in a healthy home, Echo Village. Beautiful, Sharon. Confidence, Terry. Great, great. These are really good. Keep them coming. And if you don't know, let me know that too, because what I really want for you to anchor into in this call is that dream inside your heart can't be denied any longer. It's not allowed to be denied. So in this call, I'm really going to ask Spirit to help us bring that forward and to start living it in alignment, because that's alignment. Every single one of you has been given this life because you have an incredible gift to share with other people. And one of the stories I shared on the call was something I saw Tony Robbins talk about yesterday, when I was watching a video, and he was talking about it's really about the value you offer to others. That is, like, you'll see some people making millions of dollars or billions of dollars is because they've discovered what they have is a value to others and they offer it up to people. How many of you would like to have a business? I'd like to know that now in the chart. Patricia said, I'm going to read the past ones because I like these still. Continue to empower myself to be in a deeper relationship with my guides. Love that. Lynn says it changes, but right now I want to be creative in all that I do. Lynn, it's okay if it changes, but it's really important to anchor in on something and move forward with it. And then it'll change as you move forward with it. So as long as you're still doing that, it's okay. Carol says, I want to live balanced and happy life. Great. No more fear of not being accepted. Great. So in terms of wanting to have a business, it seems like I'm not getting answers. So I'm not sure what everybody wants. So let me know you have an answer for that one. So I'm going to continue on my story and we're going to continue on this work because I feel like it's really important and I'm going through a powerful pivot inside my own life right now. So I was on this call with a community I completely adore. And usually I close my eyes and I lean into guidance, or I have my eyes open and I get answers. And I was leaning into guidance, like, what the heck is going on? Why aren't I reading people? What is going on? And they were like, well, I can't remember exactly what they said because it was a channeled moment for me. But it was basically about empowering every single person to know that what they have, what they need, they have. And they just weren't allowing me to go there. They just did not want me to go there. So it was really emotional for me because it was like one of the students was like, why won't you read me? I don't understand why you won't read me. And I was like, because I'm going to tell you something about your future. You're going to believe it for about a minute. You're going to feel happy and excited about it. And then maybe 5 days later, self-doubt is going to creep in and you're going to stop believing it. But if you give birth to it, you're going to believe it. You may go in and out of self-doubt, but when it's born out of your heart, out of your soul, you tend to believe it more. So everybody close their eyes now. Like I said, I never know where they're going to take me, and I just go with it. I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to breathe into what you feel is your heart and soul. Where does your heart and soul connect? Now, you may be in your heart area, your soul may be behind it, or you may find that your heart and soul connect someplace else in your physical being. So I want you to just close your eyes. Notice your breath. Notice how it feels to breathe. And then tap into that place where your heart and soul meet. Notice how it feels to breathe into the place where your heart and soul meet. Now, if you can't visualize it, it does not matter. I want you can put a finger on your body. You want to bring your inner awareness to it. That's the most important thing. Inner awareness to me is everything. It's how you communicate with your guides. It's how you communicate to God, the universe, yourself. So bring your inner awareness to that place where your heart and soul are meeting. Maybe it changes, but for right now, where they're meeting. And I want you to breathe into that. And I want you to see it as an unlit candle. Notice if it's a nubby little candle or if it's a big candle or what kind of candle it is. Is it on a candlestick? Notice what kind of candle it is. Now I want you to think of a goal, and I really want you to not run away from the word goal. I want you to think of something you would love to achieve a year from now. And that goal could be freedom. But if it's freedom, It's like what Sandra said, freedom to empower people, but also be mountain biking whenever she wants. It could be confidence in loving yourself. Whatever it is, pick a goal, but don't just say the word freedom. Don't just say confidence. Make it something really tangible, really anchor into it. If it's confidence to speak in front of large audiences, confidence to raise my children, confidence to be on this call and speak my truth, whatever it may be, just pick one for right now. I'm going to work with you. Now, as you breathe into this dream, in your where your candle is, notice how far this goal of this dream is from the actual candle. Is it right on top of it? Is it near it? Is it far away? Is it a couple of inches away? Play with the distance. Notice where it is. Just all you're doing is bringing inner awareness to where the goal is and where your heart and soul meet, where the little candle is. Now, I want you to allow the two of them to work together. And as they work together, and I want you to do this with breath, they're going to light the candle. So you have the power to make this happen. Not me, not anybody else. You have the power right now to take your breath, to breathe into the goal, into where your heart and soul meet, to work with your breath, and you're going to light this candle. So take a moment now to do that. As you breathe into it, the light gets brighter. So notice if you struggle with lighting it, or there's no wrong or rights in any of my work. There never is. There is just is. It is what it is. So use your breath to ignite that light. And what Spirit is saying by saying use your breath to ignite that light is everything you need, you have. Just listen to my words as you continue to breathe into this light. It does not mean that you may not seek out coaches or programs or healers or readers. It does mean that this light directs you to the right person, the right situation to help expand you, to grow you. Now, with that said, they want you to know that you may go to somebody and you may have a not so great experience. What they want you to know as you're breathing into this light, that not so great experience is exactly what you need. Can you accept in this moment, as you breathe into this light, that one, this is the dream that is of your heart and soul for right now, and that you deserve it? Notice how you feel about that. Notice where you feel that in your body. Notice if there's a lack of truth. Then they want you to know, can you trust that anything that comes down the pike, that's the journey, you're on the journey, you're with this dream, the light is showing you the way, you're making choices, but something may happen and you hit a bump. Can you trust that that situation is actually growing and expanding you? Just breathe into that. Do you believe that everything you need, you have? Now allow this light to fully encompass the inside of your being. Allow it to fill you up. Allow your breath to grow that light. You don't need to know where to go, what to do, who to talk to, what to say just yet. All Spirit wants you to do is to grow that light inside your being, inside your physical body. Do that now. I want you touching the tippy tips of your toes and the tippy tips of your fingers and the ends of your hair. In this light, do you feel ready to step out on the journey, or are you afraid? Don't make either of those answers wrong or right. Just notice how you feel. Now I want you to step out onto a road. I want you to notice how the road is. What kind of road is it? Is it a dirt road? Is it a brick road? Is it a cement road? Is it a paved road? What kind of road is it? Does it feel supportive? Notice how it feels underneath your feet. Notice if it feels like it's going to give way or if it's going to hold you. Take another step. Notice that you're stepping into the unknown. Where you're going, you don't know. All you know is this moment. How does it feel? Now you're going to make some powerful choices on this path right now. And as you're walking on this path, even if it doesn't feel steady, even if it doesn't feel like it's going to hold you up, I want you to trust that you're being held up. You've got support around you. So you're walking on this journey. And the first question that's going to appear on the door to your right is, what do I need to know about myself to make this happen? Now, you may have already entered into the room. You could do whatever you want. Whether you follow my guidance or not, it's up to you. But if you're in front of that door, just look at those wordings. What do I need to know in order to make this happen in my life? Notice what the door looks like, what it feels like. Now, in a moment, if you haven't done it already, you're going to open that door and you're just going to have your own experience what's inside that room. You're just going to step inside it. You may see something, you may not. Whatever you see, do not try to will it away, push it away, even if it doesn't make sense. It might be a banana peel on the floor. Trust it. Open that door and step inside. How does it feel to be in this room? That you just set an intention to spirit, that you asked the universe, you asked your guides, what do I need to know to get what I want? Now go through that door and go back onto the journey. And continue to walk and notice if the ground has gotten any stronger, changed at all. May not have. One of the things when you work with me, continue to follow my voice, especially when I do meditations, is that you have to follow your own truth. I may tell you to go left, you decide to go right. You can't learn how to really communicate with your guide and really be in touch with your inner guidance if you're only following what I tell you to do. Now, you may have days where you just follow what I tell you to do because it's in alignment with where you want to be and what you want to do. Continue to walk out on this journey. How does it feel? What are you wearing? Now, there's a door to your left. And on this door, it says, who do I need to talk to in order to move forward in my goals? Who do I need to talk to in order to move forward in my goals? And I want you to open the door and you're going to see someone in that room. And it may not make sense, but just go inside that door. And talk with that person. And if you don't see someone, talk the thin air. It may just be a representation of you. And even if there is a person in there, it's most likely a higher representation of yourself. And now go back onto the journey. Notice if the road has changed. Notice if there's any hills and valleys, or if the things besides the road are starting to come into view. And now there's a door right in front of you. And on this door, it says, who do I need to be to make this happen? Who do I need to be to make this happen? And just look at the words on the door, feel them. And don't have any expectations, and open the door and see what happens. Did you hear a word? Did you hear something? Are you seeing anything, or is it just darkness? How do you feel being in this room? Now go back out into the path. Close that door. Pat it really good, like, yeah, I can do this, even if it didn't make sense. Those are sometimes the most magical answers. A lot of times they are. Now, what you're going to do is walk back. Walk back past the doors, past back to where you are today. And you're walking back into your physical body where you are in this moment. And you're literally stepping into your physical being, human body, feeling your feet, your legs, torso, throat, your face, all your body. You're feeling it. Notice where that light is, where your heart and soul meet. Did it shift? Did it change? Did it change color? Notice if you feel different than the way you started out this call. And any answer is the right answer. It could be anxiety, it could be excitement, it could be emotional, it could be fear, it could be, oh my goodness, I want to go to sleep. None of it's wrong. It is just what it is. Now, before you open your eyes, I want you to really feel your physical human body. I want you to connect with your breath again. I want you to have an I am statement for yourself. And I want you to commit to whatever goal, desire, dream that you have. And the commitment is a decision that you're making. You are deciding to be it. And I don't want you to be afraid of that, because when you decide on something and then you surrender, it's bigger and greater than you can even imagine. The way that I would surrender, I'll say this to you and you can say it in your own words, is it's either this or something greater for my highest good coming to me now. It's either this or something better for my highest good coming to me now. So just have your little I am statement and surrender. And you can say your name to yourself 3 times, still calling your physical being into your spiritual being into your physical body. And then open your eyes. And I'd like you to share in the chat your biggest takeaway. Let me share in the chat your biggest takeaway. And don't be afraid to share with me. I'm doing a new program called Next Level Living. And one of the women in there was like, I fell asleep. And I was like, that's okay. It's okay. So if it didn't do anything for you, there's nothing wrong with that. I want honest answers. So put in the chat. So what I want to share with you before we move on from here, the rest part of that story, the rest of that story. So after the call with my membership program, I got off and I was like, something's shifting in me. Something is changing. And I actually wrote my assistant and I said, things may change in membership. I just let her know. And then I went into this group that is a very popular group. And the person who she's never in the group, only when she does lives, but the person who runs the group, I actually really like. And she's doing, I really feel like she's doing, I'm not going to share her name right now. She's doing incredible things. And I really feel like she's very authentic in what she offers up. And I don't know why I was in the group. I think I was looking for a video of her because she very much walks to her own, at the beat of her own drum, which I am a big believer in. And I was in the group and I came upon a post from a woman, and I didn't read the entire post, but the post was, well, first I came upon a post from this one woman who was talking about how she's making tons of all this money and what she went through, her path, and how incredible. And now to work with her, it's like, 160K to 300K for 6 months, whatever it is, doesn't matter to me. Good for her. But I went to her profile because I was like, I've never heard of her. I'm just curious what she does. And her profile didn't resonate with me. And I was like, that's interesting. And then I went onto the post, and there was a woman on there who was saying she was having a really difficult time in her life. And she was looking for a psychic reader who could not just give her general readings, but give her specifics and tell her what to do. And I was like, wow, how appropriate that I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. Spirit takes me to that group and I read this post, and there's 175 comments. And I'm looking through the comments because I'm really curious. And all I see is a lot of people asking to do the reading for her. And it was really fascinating to me because I was like, wow, there's a lot of people out there that this is what they do. And it was just a really interesting experience to me. And what came through for me was my mission. I really want to teach people how to do it for themselves. Now, I understand dark moments in your life when you really do need help and you need to go to a reader. But let's now go to your comments and see how this little meditation may have helped you to have clarity. Did it help you to have clarity? Did it not help you to have clarity? What was the biggest thing you got from it? So I just want to read some of the comments first. Sandra said, creating my own golden path. It was solid bricks before the doors, and the last row like a rollout gold carpet. Love it. Judy, I am light. Carol says, don't be afraid of the unknown. Have more fun. Beautiful. Louise said, I'm empowered. Olga said, I don't need permission to be me. I can handle it. These are wonderful. Pat says, felt less anxious after my vision. I'm so glad. This gives validation for me about what I do because I had no idea what I was going to do today. I really honestly don't know. I just show up. I want to know if anybody struggled with it or hated it. I learned I have the confidence and knowledge to make it happen. I'm going to rebuild, Terry says. Great. And then the other one's stepping into my power. Good. Take the step. So it sounds to me like it did kind of work for everybody. And Olga's saying yes, Judy's saying yes. The path got smoother with less stones. Patricia says, my candle was already lit with a huge bright flame, which left me feeling that I'm channel of the highest power. I floated higher and higher on an energetic path that started out on gravel dirt road in the beginning. So let me ask you this. How many of you are struggling right now with something in your life? It's normal, right? How many right now are struggling with something in their life? You could raise your hand, you could put it in the thing. So we have quite a few hands up, and then we have me. I felt there were me, yes, me, okay. Being me, Beba, me, okay. Do you feel that you could tap into this light later on and get some response or answers to the things you're struggling with? Okay, take that struggle you have right now, put it into a question form. The questions I usually like are yes or no questions are really okay. There's not a problem with them. You just may not get an answer right away because you're attached to the response. But so let's take a question. Somebody give me a question if they're okay with revealing in the chat, and I will help. I want to show you how to write a question for yourself. Thank you, Sandra. Sandra said, you really want us to learn for ourselves, and you stood that ground today. You recognized how difficult in a situation today. Yeah. Lucy said, tried for some time, no answer. That's okay. We're going to do something right now. I'm going to teach you something right now so you can get your own answers, because I am recognizing more than ever that this is my mission, that I want to show people how easy this is. And it really is. We complicate it with mind chatter. We complicate it with lack of trust. We complicate it with past experiences. We complicate it because we think the universe isn't going to show up for us. But it is my goal, my mission. Your hearts and the dreams in your heart are meant to be lived and experienced, whether they show up the way they do or not. It's still that feeling, and you have all the answers you need, and you have the support. Can somebody give me a question they have so I can rewrite it for them? Oh, great. Olga, how can I have more clarity in my business? It's a great question. Great question, Olga. Really good. So what I want you to do is to come up with a question right now. And I'd like you to try to put it into, remember I said, what do I need? Who do I need to talk to? Who do I need to be? You can use those statements. So take that difficulty that you're having. Say if mine was, how do I want to move forward with readings? Because I like reading. I really do like reading. So I would be like, what do I need to know about my own self, my own journey in readings right now? How do I need to be? What are you teaching me right now about this experience? What do I need to know about myself for this experience? When you do that, you open up the passageway for more answers and solutions to come through. But when we stay stuck in the problem and we don't try to open it with like, what do I need to know? Who do I need to talk to? How do I need to be? What do I need to learn about myself? Where do I need to go to study? Whether you get the answer in the moment or not, doesn't really matter, because you may get it in your dream state tonight. You may get it through somebody else's response. You may get it through a walk. You may get it through a book or a YouTube video like I got last night. But being in the intention of the question allows spirits like, okay, we can work with this. So everybody do that and be what my next step specifically with the quizzes landing page that needs to be created. That's a really good question, Sandra. So her question was, what is my next step specifically with a quizzes landing page that needs to be created? I actually am fine with that question, because you will get a response to that. You will get and Sandra's a reader. So Sandra Pelly, she's a reader. She's a medium in all of this. She does this work. You know that you'll get the response for that question. So it's really good. You may not get it in the moment. You may get it later on. So it's good. Okay. So now hold that question. Okay. See that, close your eyes, see that question. And it might be outside of you that you're seeing the question. Bring it into where that light was. Breathe into the question and the light at the same time. I'm going to do it with you so that I'm not rushing past this, because I tend to do that. So what you're doing is breathing into the question and the light. Notice if they're next to each other. Notice if they're on top of each other. Notice if they're further away. I don't want them outside your body. I do want them inside your physical being, if that's okay for you. Of course, I work wherever anybody is, but that's where I'm going to guide you. Take that question and breathe it into the light. Notice if a response comes through. Notice if any words come through or a feeling, especially feeling. Notice if anything comes up just in and on of yourself. I'm going to ask you a question, but just notice if anything comes up. I got an answer right away, but I'm used to doing this work. So you may not have, and that doesn't make you bad. That makes you in process. Now, breathe into that light. See that question swirling around that light. Be in the intention of it. Put it out into the universe. Trust that the universe is going to give you the answer, whether it's right now or 24 hours from now or a week from now. You're going to get the answers. Commit to the journey, the moment of paying attention to the signs and the symbols that come through. Do that right now with breath. Everything's with breath, because that's, no one can, besides, machines, which we understand, no one can breathe for you. You're breathing for yourself. Now, I have a question. Breathe into that. I have to formulate your question. It may have shifted a bit. The candle light is on, and what's coming out of it is music. Notice what's coming out of it. And a song is being birthed from this light. What song is rising up in your soul? It may not have words yet. You may not know what it is. Just breathe into it. Now ask the candle to give you a song that can answer your question right now. It may not be the full-on answer. It may just be part of the journey. Hear the song. Notice who sang the song if you know it. You may not recognize the music. That is not a bad decision. You lean into it then. If it's instrumental, you've never heard it before, you don't know the words, you just lean your body into it. You lean your being into it. That's what I mean by lean into it. Because that means like we don't fight it. We lean into it and let it show us more, and it'll show it, whether it's now or later. Be with the song. Do you have an understanding as to why they gave you that musical song? Open your eyes. Tell me what you got. So I got Usually I can see clearly now. You can see clear. I can't even remember the song right now. And it's the song I always get, right? But I was like, no, 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 I'm not doing that. So I got Rocket Man by Elton John. Perfect for me right now. Not only is the song perfect, which I'm going to listen to the lyrics, listen to the song and read the lyrics, but Elton John's life in and of itself is perfect for me because like I went and saw him Central Park years ago. He was in a Donald Duck suit when they had the free concerts. He always like did outrageous things. And if anybody ever watched that movie, it was such a great movie. I thought it was great. I enjoyed it immensely. So it makes perfect sense to me with the question that I had because it's about me stepping out and being seen for who I truly am and not hiding from it. So there's so much power in this. So you all got the song, which is great. But now I want to know, what answer do you think the song is giving you? So Patricia got, I believe, Lucy got Fight Song. I'm not sure what song that is. Sue got, I got a song I wrote, Spirit Lives in Everything. Love that. Joan got A Star Is Born, and then Celebrate came in. Olga got, I got Work on Longevity. You got the answer. Great. Kathleen got Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Great, great, great. Okay. Can you see right now the correlation of how this could possibly help you to get answers yourself? And anybody who can't, be honest, you can say no, it's okay. And then the other question I have for you, Olga said courage so I can handle it. The other question I have for you right now is, can you see that, well, let me see what your answers are first. So what I'm trying to do for you is I play different techniques and tools to show you that really what you have, what you need, you have. Now, again, like I said before, I go to coaches, I invest in myself, I purchase programs. And it's very interesting to me because I'll get on a sales call with somebody and I know, like, I usually take a little bit, I'll be like, not long. I usually know within like 24 hours at the most. But I usually will talk to the person very honestly and tell them what I'm looking for. And then I feel it intuitively. And I don't need a lot of feedback. I just go to my guides and I'll be like, okay, this is what I need. So it answers those questions too. It'll tell you who to go to, where to go, what to study. And spirit can direct you beautifully in that way. So to live a life from your heart and soul, what I'm trying to say in this whole thing, or what I am saying, is that's all you need. You need to bring it back inside. You need to be with yourself. You need to get in touch with your heart and your soul and where it's living and spend some time with it. Stop looking outside here, outside of yourself, for the answers all the time. Pause, breathe into that light, breathe into the question with that light. Don't expect an answer all the time because you're not going to get it. It's part of the journey. And just trust that it'll unfold. And that's how you live a life from your heart and soul, because I'm not living my life from other people's dictatorship or ideas of me or identity of me or how they define me. What I'm doing is, even if somebody says something to me and it, will trip me up, I'm like, whoa, that was kind of mean. I still go inside myself and I'll be with myself and I'm living a life from my heart and soul. I love what Sandra, and I'll go to your chat in a second, then we're going to open it up to Q&A. I love what Sandra started out with in this call, because she said that she wanted freedom to ride her bike and empower people. She has a business, right? And I relate a lot to that because I teach people how to build a business that supports a lifestyle. I teach people how to build a lifestyle and then a business that supports the lifestyle. Lifestyle to me is front and center. Whenever my business affects my lifestyle, which it doesn't, but if it does, I pivot because lifestyle is first for me. So freedom goes on my gratitude list almost every single night. I have freedom in my business and how I live my life. I went for a tennis lesson this morning. I believe everybody can have that. I believe that everybody can create that, even if you work for someone else, because we have freedom inside of us. So I live my life from my heart and soul. I'm always checking in with myself, and then and sometimes it goes awry, and then I get back in touch. I need to know now if this makes sense. Lynn said, oh my God, I just got mine. Give me sunshine is my connection with my solar angel. Beautiful. Olga said, I feel lately my connection to my soul is blocked. Olga, I would say what I just said at the very end, just keep breathing into that light and you'll keep connecting, but also ask yourself what helps you feel aligned with your soul. And just that answer, like think about it right now. What makes you feel aligned with your soul? And the more you do those things, the more I feel like you'll feel connected to your soul. I think it's okay to have that question. I don't want you to feel wrong for that question. It's part of the process. Um, all these songs pertain to all of us here. Oh, that's beautiful, Judy. Keep getting be yourself. Beautiful. Give me sunshine, but I never heard of that song. Okay, so then Lynn got it. Great, great, great. Okay, good, good, good. So it seems like everybody got answers from this, and I hope everybody who's listening to the podcast got answers too. Carol said, live your life the way you want. Your life is yours. Beautiful. Gloriana, my question was next step for a particular writing project. During the meditation toward the end, I realized my left ear was really heavy. Not sound, not hurting, but heavy. The song was Christian music. He has risen, and Agnes Day, I'm not even going to say it, Day, basically telling me I have assistance within. I just have to listen. That's perfect for you, Gloriana, because we worked on clairaudience the last time we were on a call together. So I feel like that's perfect. Okay, great. All right, guys. Anybody struggling that I can help right now before I go into Q&A with what we just did? I want honest answers. Okay, nobody? All right, good. Okay. Lucy, all right. And I may have to go get my dog in a minute. Okay, Lucy, what's going on? You have to unmute yourself, honey. Oh, there you go.
Okay. When we were doing the meditation, the last door, it wasn't a door, actually, it was a mirror.
Good. Love it. Who do I need to be? You got a mirror. Keep going, honey, because I'm writing stuff down.
I got a mirror, and then as I went through the door, I looked around and it was rainbow. I'm not sure what that means.
Good. Let's keep going. Okay.
But before I got to the door, it was forest green and then blue. And the path was a gravel, like walking in the forest sort of way,
Okay.
the dirt and whatnot. And then sunshine at the end with the mirror, and then going through the door was the rainbow. And I know that is some sort of clarity, but I'm still confused.
Okay. Thank you, Lucy. So couple of things I want to say. First thing is you still being confused is okay. Because what I want you to do is not fight the confusion. Can you trust that the answers, I'm going to give you some answers, but can you trust that the answers will reveal themselves?
Yes.
You can, honestly?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it always does.
Yes, exactly. Your throat chakra affected me a tiny bit on this call. You understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to talk about the rainbow in a second in the mirror, but I want you practicing speaking loving thoughts to yourself for the next 7 to 21 days. Okay. You have your hand on your mouth because people in the podcast are not going to, that means a lot to you, right? Good.
Yeah, I'm afraid to speak.
Yeah, I know. That's why your throat chakra is like that. But you knew and I didn't have to say it. So the way that it starts for me with you, Lucy, is speaking it to yourself and speaking it out loud as well.
Okay.
Speaking loving thoughts to yourself out loud, because this is a clairaudient exercise that I teach too. If you speak a loving thought out loud to yourself, I want you to actually feel the words coming out of your mouth and then traveling into your body, whether they go through your ear, they go through your heart, they go through your stomach. That allows for this beautiful vibrational energy to help heal yourself. And you recognize that your words can heal yourself. And the thing that why I use it for clairaudience is because the way we hear our words, and if I watch the rhythm of my words right now as they travel through my ear, because I hear here, it opens up my whole throat chakra. It just opens stuff up. So I want you to do that.
Okay.
Now, let me ask you something. Are you comfortable looking in a mirror?
I used to, not anymore.
Okay. I want you to stand in front of a mirror and say something loving to yourself as you look in a mirror. No? Okay. Okay. That's okay. So practice with just saying it to the earth, to the trees, to yourself. Just practice that way at first. Okay. All right.
Okay.
It's all good. This is all good. Now I'm going to have a question for you. What does a rainbow mean to you?
Um,
Let me ask you this, Lucy, first. When was the
okay.
first time you saw a rainbow, or what is a memory that you have of a rainbow?
My grandfather,
Tell me a little bit about that.
um, he was always, this is my maternal grandfather. He was always like a rainbow to me, always happy, always couldn't, excuse my language, but couldn't give a damn to other people.
Good. Love it.
And he said he's always trying to uplift, up, give me, when growing up, he was always trying to um, uplift me because I think he can sense that I was different to my siblings.
How does that feel to say that and acknowledge that now?
I feel him sometimes.
Good. So let's keep going with the rainbow for a second. Knowing that you have this beautiful memory of this rainbow of your grandfather who always was saying things to lift you up because he recognized that you were different, unique, and he loved it about you. And he was in the part of the journey that was asking you to be who you're meant to be. And there was a mirror there. What would you feel the message would be right now for you to move to, just what would you feel the message would be right now for you from him?
I can hear his words. I
Good.
can just hear it. Don't give a damn about people.
Okay. And what else? Give me one other thing.
I can't say it, but I can feel it. I can feel a warmth, like a blanket.
Mm,
I
I
can
love
feel
it.
a blanket,
And what do you think that, what color is that blanket?
like golden, a golden, um, a golden light.
And what does golden light mean to you? What does it usually represent?
Um, it usually says that I have company.
Yeah, okay. So, um, can you, what would you feel would be the message your guides would be wanting you to have at this moment in time with your grandfather coming through and giving you that message? Yes, it's about not giving a damn about other people. It's about feeling supported and knowing you're not alone. And then give me one other thing, Lucy, so that you can continue on this journey. What was your song?
Um, Fight song. It was by Rachel somebody. I don't remember her last name.
Fight song. Did somebody, this is the fight song. Okay, hold on. I want to look it up real quick. And then I'm going to take more. Oh, here it is by Rachel. Okay, let me look up lyrics. Like a small boat on the ocean, sending big waves into motion, like how a single word can make a heart open. I might only have one match, but I can make an explosion. And all those things I didn't say, wrecking balls inside my brain, I will scream them loud tonight. Can you hear my voice this time? So I want you to read this song out loud. I want you to look up the lyrics, read it out loud. I want you to notice how it feels in you. And then I want you to listen to it, Lucy. But just in those first two paragraphs that I read, it's a very powerful message for you from your guidance and from your inner self. And what I love about this so much is we talked about your voice mainly. Like, can you hear my voice this time? Is that what I ended it on? It's a very powerful message. So I want you to just be in the journey of this and to continue to this is what I feel, Lucy. This is an incredibly beautiful breaking through moment for you. And it's about giving love to yourself right now, above all else right now. It's loving yourself through all of it. And I really, whether you can do that in a mirror or not, does not matter to me. The mirror is telling me that you are magnificent just as you are. That's why the mirror showed up and not the door. Because the question was, who do I need to be? And the answer is me. That's all you need to be, is you.
Okay.
And that's why your grandfather showed up with the rainbow saying, uplifting you and just telling you to be you. You don't need to be anything else right now, but you do need to I would like to offer up loving yourself through this process, whatever you're going through. Does that help you, honey?
Yes, thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're so beautiful. Thank you for being so honest and transparent. Okay. What was your question that you had about your own life? I just want to answer this real quick. What's something you're struggling with right now?
Oh, what I'm struggling with is I'm
You don't have to say it if you don't want.
no, I need to speak about it, because in order to move forward,
Yeah.
I was very intuitive. Oh, I am still very intuitive, and I helped a couple friends, and then they told other people that I was evil and I was a witch.
Oh, interesting. Welcome to the club.
And then when I told them all these, what they wanted to know, and it came through, and then they told other people I was witch and evil and I was the devil.
Okay.
And I've lost a lot of friends.
Are they your friends if they're calling you evil and the devil and a witch?
Well, no longer my friends.
Were they your friends if they called you
Yeah.
evil and the devil and the witch?
Yeah.
They were your friends?
Yeah. And
do friends do that to each other, Lucy?
Well, at the time I thought they were friends, but not anymore.
No, because your grandfather told you that you want to be around people who uplift you, who lift you up, not who knock you down for who you are. The mirror is a representation of you accepting who you are in your fullest form. And your grandfather is coming through as the rainbow to say, you don't need these people. Like he said, you don't care about them. You are magnificent the way you are. Look, they can have their beliefs. That's fine. But you don't need people who are going to knock you down. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Good.
So that was it. And because of that, I've kind of halfway closed the door on that. But I need to open it up.
You just did.
And I've been getting signs since late last year about my intuition coming back up, and sometimes it can be a bit scary.
So here's the thing I'm going to leave you with, okay? And then this is beautiful, Lucy. What a great moment. You get to tell your guides what you're wanting, what you're willing to do and what you're willing not to do, whether you know your guides or not. When I first opened up, I said to my guides, you can only come through when I invite you in. You can't come through at any time. You are able to tell them exactly. So sit down and write it out. Like, I don't want to be told this. I tell them I don't want to know certain things. Now they talk to me all the time because I've been working with them for 15 years. So it's fine. And I don't really care and you'll get to a place where You'll stop hiding it and you'll recognize the good of it. And also, what I'd like you to do is ask Spirit to bring those into your life that really see you and love you for who you are and support
Okay.
you. Okay, honey?
Yes. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful moment. Thank you so much for sharing this with me and all
Thank
of
you.
us. You're welcome. I can't wait to see you in all your glory. I really can't.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you.
So I find it so interesting, I never was called a witch or a devil or anything like that, but I think, what happened with me is I think I came out just not caring too much what people thought. But I do have family members that don't agree and stuff like that, and it's been a bit to step out and not hide. Like I don't, but I did make a path for myself where I decided I wasn't going to be a drive-by psychic, all those kinds of things. I'm not going to get into this whole story now. Own yourself, own those gifts. They're really, really good. And to me, friends are people that really support you for who you are, which is really great. Okay. I'm going to take a couple more. But what I would like to know is what's everybody, after you saw what I did work with Lucy and you could see how she got all the answers, can you summarize, do this right now in the chat for me, except for Lynn, who's on a phone call. Summarize right now what you think the message was for you. Summarize right now in the chat what you feel the message was for you. Hi, Judy. Oh, and if you have a question for me, raise your hand. Don't put it in the chat because I'll miss it.
Hi.
Hi.
I just wanted to say that that really helped all of us.
What
What
Lucy
Lucy
went
did.
through. Yeah.
And I had another friend that wanted to hide her gifts because, you know, it scared other people or that's what she had. But what I found with me is that very open about everything that I do. And so people will come to me privately to say, "Oh, I had this dream. What do you think? Do you think it was?" I go, "Well, what do you think?" I put it back on them, right? But there's so many people out there, especially now that um, with our healthcare system just dwindling and falling apart, that we have to take care of ourselves and each other. And people are looking at um, a way of connection. I mean, this has been a pandemic of grief, and they're looking at how to connect. So,
Yeah.
um, and I often, and uh, two dead rodents, one in my house the other day and one outside. And of course, I went to Animal Speaks and it talked about lack of motivation
Mm.
and yeah, and I go, well, yeah, I know that.
So what are you going to do? So
Oh,
when a dead
well,
animal shows up, she's talking about Ted Andrews' book Animal Speak, which I think is a really good book to read about animals. I teach the symbolic language of your soul, which there is a podcast about the symbolic language of your soul. So it's like good to know. But I also go to it. I had rats, so I went to that, did a whole podcast about that. But when it's dead, it usually means that that particular characteristic of that animal really needs to be ignited. It's not ignited. So what do you need to do to create momentum? What was your song,
me.
Judy?
Oh, um, this is me.
Great. Okay. And who sang that song?
Oh, what's her name?
That doesn't matter. I gotta look at it.
Alyssa.
Kill
Yeah.
us. That's what set, whatever. I'm not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, because we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say. No one will love you as you are. But I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there is a place for us, for we are glorious. So my answer to you is, why aren't you stepping out to do more of what you're meant to do? And is that what they're talking about by you not by having momentum to do it? Like you are not doing it? What are the rodents, what were they representing? What aren't you doing?
Um, loving myself and moving, like bodily moving my body.
Okay, great. Why do you think you're not bodily moving your body? Bodily moving your body. I like that. Why aren't you moving your body?
Um,
So this is the part of the
Now I'm
song
in
I
my head. Okay, so my head doesn't have the answers. It's what's in here. And um, it's not that I'm lost. It's that I feel disconnected from the parts of me that can get me to move.
Okay, so this is what I'm going to offer up. I went to the part of the song that says, "Another round of bullets hits my skin." I just randomly went there. "We'll fire away, course today. I won't let the shame sink in. We're bursting through the barricades and reaching for the sun. We are warriors. Yeah, that's what we've become. Yeah, that's what we've become." What's coming up for me, for you, Judy, is there's a little bit of, I don't know if it's shame that is being, and you can disagree or agree, it doesn't matter, hidden into the body. And for me, what I feel like is coming through, is 404 is coming in, is that it's just making a decision to do it. So if it's just walking around the block every single day, it's doing it. But this is adding into this, the part of you that wants to stay hidden. There's this gifted, I remember you from the last call, and you had all this, like, you were offering up advice and stuff like that. So you obviously have intuitive skills, you have your psychic skills, you do this work, you understand this work, you've been on this spiritual journey. My legs are crossed, I can't uncross them. That usually means there's a violation, whether it's a sexual violation, that's not what I'm talking about. It usually is a lack of safety. And it's about foundational belief systems. It's about being in your spiritual beliefs. It's about trusting yourself. It's about rewriting your beliefs that you can stand on the platform of your life and be seen and show people, because you actually have an incredible compassionate side to yourself that you really can offer up to other people. You really can receive them in their compassionate nature. And spirit's like, let's uncross the legs, let's get out there and let's start walking in the light of who you are. And it's not about shaming ourselves that we're not doing this, we're not doing that, but it's about, okay, so what can I do? What's the next step that I can do? Okay, all I want to do is I'm just going to walk around the block tomorrow. That's all I'm going to do. But you cannot sit and not move your body any longer. What do you feel about that?
Um, I know that. I mean, I know that up here. Um, Part of me is just done. And I don't mean scary done. I mean that the passion isn't there. And I just want to get that back. I just want to,
But you can't get that back sitting in the same place you've been sitting. You know that.
yeah. So I have my friends coming over tomorrow, and she thinks she's going to help me unclutter that room where we found the rodent.
Okay.
I think we're going to start out with walking the dogs.
Okay, good. So let me just say this, because I want to, I want to move on to one more person. I have to end soon because it's been over an hour. Um, I don't understand clutter with a lot of psychics and a lot of mediums. I don't understand clutter. I don't know, like, I see this a lot. Why do you feel like you have clutter?
When I can't get into a room or, I have clutter.
But why did you allow, why did clutter get there?
I never asked that question.
I would suggest, so I say this with total love, Judy, but I know you can get it. I want you to take an inventory on yourself as to why there's clutter in that room, how it got there, and why you allowed it. Okay, I'm not judging you. I'm really not. I hope you can hear my compassion. I feel like there's some incredible greatness in you that you already have. You already have it. But I'm so focused on your lips and how your words are meant to get out there, and you're ready. So now just make a decision to do it, but you might be afraid of something, and I'm not really sure what that is.
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
that's another question I can ask.
Yeah. And you may not, because you're pretty strong and I know you're a strong personality, but those are the questions I want. And then I want to hear how it goes for you. Okay.
Okay.
All right, honey. Do you have anything you need to say? Because I just talked to you and I just want to make sure that you feel complete for now.
No, thank you
You're
so
okay?
much. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Good. Thanks, honey. So I'm going to take one more real quick, but what I'm going to ask Carol to do when I take you, Carol, is to succinctly give me your question in one sentence. That's what I'm going to start doing on these from now on. I don't usually need a lot of it. Um, the clutter thing's always fascinating to me because I see this a lot with people. I don't have a lot of clutter. But that doesn't mean I'm any better than anybody else because sometimes I get clutter. I just think there's something hidden psychologically that's causing clutter. And everybody has to take a look at that. Because when you don't have clutter, you're able to move about and do what you want to do. Carol, what's your question?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello.
Hi.
I just a very weird thing happened to me, so I want a little bit clarity on it. The last time we talked, I will be very quick. I was very stuck between my past and what I wanted to do. And now the past thing, law, which was very big part of me, came back very easily to me. But I mean, ridiculously easily. It's just like, it's a perfect job, perfect place, lovely people, everything is just like perfect. And it's just like a really weird because I kind of spend a lot of time to releasing it. And now it's just like back.
Do you want it back?
It's weird because like with the, spirituality thing and everything, I'm starting to struggle now to meditate and stuff like this. This kind of starting to become hard. So I don't know.
Because what came back is distracting you?
No, no. It's just like I do want to do now things because I had very hard burnout, like a really difficult one, and I had a break, and now I'm starting to feel like I want to do things. It's just like an opportunity like this, like opened up. It's like really weird for me. Like, why
Well,
is it so easy?
You know what I feel like happened, Carol? So tell me what you think after this, because your throat chakra is a little iffy too for me. So what I feel like is happening and what I'm understanding through a conversation is that you chose to close a door to something or to let go of something, and then you decided to let it back in, and it all came back really easily. And then you're recognizing that it doesn't necessarily have it. Okay, so this is how I need to describe it through story. When I left NBC Olympics and I left TV to pursue acting, I got a job as an actress right away. And then I found out NBC called me and they told me I won an Emmy from my work on there. And it was like the universe saying, hey, do you want to come back? Do you want to come back? Do you want to come back? And I feel like whatever came back into your life, you're a different person now. So you can't receive it the way that you received it before. And it's showing you how you have changed or shifted. So the things that came back to you, are they work things?
Yeah, they work.
And do you not want to do this work anymore?
That's the thing. I can't really feel it's a yes or no. It's like
Are you
I'm like getting
passionate
the
about
answer.
it?
It is possible that I could be.
That's
Because
not-
because it's competitive. I like a little bit competitiveness, and the thing is, I never had the opportunity to work in law. Like I finished it. I have degree, but I never really worked. So part
Okay.
of me really thinks maybe I should try it.
Well, I feel like you should. I agree with that. I don't like saying shoulds in a reading. I feel like it is a really good thing for you to try. But I think what you may discover is a combination of everything. The time you had away, the spiritual path, the meditating, and then the law. How can you make them work together? That's what I would like to know from you. That's the question I'd like you to do, because you may be doing law that is more of a mediation, helping couples come together or kids, and you may be able to use your spiritual path in that type of law. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because it's gonna be family law and bills and probate, so it's very.
So my throat is bothering me with you, so we want to make sure we don't shut down your authentic voice in your work. So a lot of times, sometimes when we come back, first of all, you were able to manifest it so fast. Wasn't that great?
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. So now you can manifest what you really want in the job. I don't want the job leading you. I want you leading the job. Do you know what I mean
Okay.
when I say that?
Yeah.
I believe have we spoken before, Carol, on one of these? We have, right? I'm remembering you
Yeah.
now. So I want you to think about what would be the most ideal. Don't think, oh, they don't have this, this doesn't exist. What would be the most ideal way that I could practice family law where I could bring my spiritual self into the work? Even if you're not sitting there communicating that to them, but you're bringing it in, what would that be like?
I guess it's more like a human touch because I'm gonna be the helping with that. It's the begin of the career, you know.
Yeah.
And it will be a lot of meeting people and you know, before they see the solicitor and stuff like that. So
I think there's more there. So I want you to sit with the question is, how can I combine all sides of myself in this career?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Does that help you?
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
You're welcome. When you manifest fast, it's great. All right, guys. So I'm going to end. If you want to join membership, try it out for a month, go to membershipforyoursoul.com go to marilynaloria.com/trial, TRIAL, trial, marilynaloria.com/trial. Let's everybody just close their eyes a second. Let's end this with a really nice, clean, because we've had some interesting stuff come through. And we want to make sure that we are not taking home other people's stuff. I don't usually do this, but I feel like I need to do this on this call. So I want everybody to just close their eyes. I want them to breathe into their light. I want you to, what I use is Archangel Michael cuts all cords from me and everybody else, between me and everybody else. So it's cutting the cords. He drops down a platinum net. And as he drops down that net, he literally drags out of your physical, energetic, spiritual, psychological, astral, all your bodies, drags out anything that's not of yours and you don't need. And it does have nothing to do with you. You don't need it. And you could see it being dragged out of the bottom of your body. And then he just gives that net over to Mother Earth and she just throws it into the fire and it goes and it burns and it goes back to where it needs, does not go back to you. I want you all to put your hand on your chest if you feel comfortable and just thank yourself for showing up. Really honor yourself and acknowledge yourself. And then you can open your eyes. Thank you so much, everyone. It was such a pleasure to see all of you today. And there'll be another pod party, I think, next week. So check that out and you can come join me at marilynaloria.com/party. And thank you so much, guys. It is so great. And I'm really just happy to get to know all of you. I will talk to you soon. Bye.